Nation.
Hello folks, and welcome to another Paper Nation review. Today we've got the Medicom Mafex Homecoming Spider-Man reissue. So this is what he looks like in the box. Minimalist, it's alright, I like that size. There's the top, Spider-Man Homecoming. Got the bottom there, all the legal stuff, ages 15 and up, etc, etc. Got one side, I really like the look of that pose. I can't get to it myself, I've tried my best, I can't make that one work. And here's the other side, really like that pose as well, looks really smart. On the back, just the promo shots, looking pretty good on there. Just an interesting note, looks like there's some cutouts there. I think this is to mimic the bank robbers from the film. So it's a nice little touch there, I like that they put that in. So this is how he looks in the tray, all of his accessories, which we'll go over now. So there's his different hands, easy enough to put on his arms. Got these couple of heads here, one's just to hold when he's got his unmasked head on. Here is the unmasked head. I'm glad they made the effort to include it. I think it looks a little bit soft, not a big fan of it. I think they could have done better. They've done better with other ones on the line, so I won't be using this one, I don't think. Here's all the different webbings, really nice little touch there. They just attach in the wrist, and there's magnetised hands and feet, so if you want to pose him on metalwork, which is really nice as well. So let's just have a little look at him here. First impressions are he's a really nice figure, feels really good in your hand. Very dainty though, I find him to be quite small, but I think as a figure it works pretty good, and I'm really glad I got him. This is the reissue, like I say, quite difficult to get hold of, but I did get my hands on him. So let's take a closer look at his features there. So looks really good up close. I think his chest is a slightly different red to his arms and his head. Very slight issue, nothing I can't live with. So I think he looks really good up close. It's the blues that really pop on this figure for me. So just having a look down here, and it feels, if you can imagine how that feels just looking at the blue, it feels really good in your hands, nice texture to it, and I think some really good detail there as well. So just looking on his back, got that classic kind of Spider-Man back logo there. I really like these little details up close. I think they did a really good job with that. So if we just take a look at his articulation now, just see how he works. So let's have a little look here. So if we just start with the head, goes down a nice amount you would want for Spider-Man. Does leave a little bit of a gap at the back. Same going up as well, got a little gap there in the neck. Good range of motion here. Can get all around. Spider-Man should be able to do all this stuff, which is really good. So gets really nice poses with him with that head. So nice ab crunch, goes down a good decent amount. Goes back a nice amount too. You get the gap issue again, but it's nothing I can't live with, to be honest. I think that looks okay. Goes left to right. Got a butterfly joint there. Good range of motion, bicep swivel. Double jointed elbow. Yeah, pretty good. You got a hinge and swivel action on the hand there, so they got a good range of motion too. Oh, there you go. Yeah. So let's take a look at the bottom half now. This is where the figure starts to go downhill for me a little bit. You have to pull these down, and they're so squeaky, those legs. You can get a good, some good poses out of him, I suppose, but I just don't like those legs. I just don't like how they've done them. Really feel really stiff, and I found it almost impossible to put them back on the underside of the kind of pants area, if that makes sense. The trunks. I can't quite get them to line up again after I've popped them down, but I'll show you that later. So, but they do have some good range there. So they do you know, you can get them in to do almost anything you want. You can get some nice poses. But it's just this bit now getting him back, which I have some real problems. It's scary, you know. You're scared of breaking the leg. So you got the feet down here. These move around quite nice. So it seems to be able to go backwards more than it can go forwards, which is a shame. But nice toe there as well. Get some good wall crawling poses with that. But this is the bit that, see this, I hate it. I hate this bit of it, to be honest. It really knocks the figure down a couple of marks for me, that, because I just can't get it in. Sometimes it overlaps on the pants area, and you can't quite get it to match up. So I don't think I've ever been able to get it back right as it came out the package. But it won't be a problem, because I can just pose him in a dynamic way and not be bothered with it really. So that's okay. So it's just, I find it difficult to stand up, to be honest, as well. He's not very sturdy, I don't find. So let's have a look at him now. Let's look at comparing him to some other lines. So we'll start with the Marvel Legends Scarlet Spider, and this should show you how small Spider-Man is. I was really surprised how tiny he actually is, even compared to other Mafex, and he's more like an SHF kind of line. So here he is with a Mezco Punisher, really small. I thought he was going to be more like the size of the Legend. So I was really surprised how small he was. I suppose that fits in with the film, with him being a kid. So yeah, that's he's quite small, as I say. So it's just a quick review today. So just in closing, I'm glad I got him. I'd had second thoughts about cancelling the pre-order, because I've got the Homecoming Spidey on Mezco on pre-order. But I'm glad I picked him up. But I think he's a really smart little figure. I really like the little detail on him and how far he can go with the articulation. I'm a bit, I'm not. I think what lets him down is his soft face, the soft unmasked head. I really don't like that, and his legs. They do worry me. So I think they could have done a bit better in some areas. And as always with these Mafex, I do worry about the wrist pegs, about snapping them. I feel like he's so delicate, which is the only problem with him really. But aside from that, he's a really good figure. I'd probably give him 7.5 out of 10, somewhere like that. So I think there could have been improvements. But overall, glad I picked him up. And if you're on the fence and you're a Spider-Man fan, I'd say go get him. Go pick him up and give him a whirl. I'm sure he'll hold his resale value, because I'm sure that they sold out. I think they did sell out everywhere for him. It took me, I had to pick him up. I think I got him for Miami in the end. So it was quite hard to get hold of, because I think it sold out everywhere else. So yeah, like I say, he's a good little figure. He's all right. So I hope you enjoyed the review today. I hope it was informative for you. If you do have any comments, do comment below. I'm happy to interact. And if you like the content, if you'd like to see more, please do like and subscribe and all that business. So thanks very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.